Hello everybody, Mitzi Cruz here, host of Lincoln Live, the show that's all about you, Lincoln. And today we have the pleasure of being here live with Lance Van Court, principal of Glen Edwards Middle School, and Shanna Parker, vice principal of Glen Edwards Middle School. So first of all, I want to thank you guys both for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
Yep, no problem. Thank you.
And can we start first by just asking you guys to tell us a little bit about yourselves?
You want me to go first?
Yeah,
okay.
Absolutely.
So this is my 23rd year in education. So I was a middle school teacher for 14 years and then a vice principal at a high school for 3.5 years. And then I was the director of special education in Roseville City for 2 years. Oh, as a principal of an elementary school for 2 years. Mm-hmm. And then a elementary school principal for 2 years. And then went to Roseville City as a director of special ed, but just really missed being on campus with kids. And
Sure.
I've always wanted to be a middle school principal, so was lucky enough to find this position. And so now I'm here now, and it's been great. I married my high school sweetheart,
Aww.
and we have 3 kids. One's 20, just turned 20, goes to San Diego State. I have a 19-year-old who goes to Cuesta, and then I have an 11-year-old who, when I'm not here, I'm coaching in baseball and soccer and all that stuff. So
Very cool. I love that.
yeah.
So, Shanna?
So I met my husband down in Long Beach, and he wanted to go into education. And at that time, I was on the path for communication studies.
Oh.
And I decided at that time to switch back to education. And we moved up here to finish our credentials, and I've been in education for about 13 years now. I started off teaching middle school, 7th grade, which was my favorite grade, and I knew that's where I always wanted to end up, and it was kind of during the time of the economy crash.
Sure.
And so I shifted into a high school setting, and from there I specialized in ELD, which is for our EL students. Mm-hmm. And then working really close with administration, I decided to pursue my master's at that time, and then I was pulled out of the classroom and put into an instructional leadership role. Mm-hmm. And then from there, I found this district, which I fell in love with.
Yes.
Wholeheartedly. And I had the opportunity to work with multiple sites, elementary through high school, as well as the district office staff and the administration. And so I did my administration credential, and this position opened up, and I was really excited for the opportunity to come here. So this is my first year in administration. And then at home, I have 3 little ones as well. I have an 8-year-old, a 5-year-old, and a newborn. She's 3 months now and adorable. Uh-huh. My older 2 are school age and over at Rockland Elementary.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Wow, so you spaced your kids really well. That's a nice little...
Well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
When we're all back to back, I'm like,
Well, the 3-month-old. It's a distance, but I think it'll be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I understand that you guys are both newer to this school specifically, right? Is that this district as well, or how long have you guys been with Western Placer?
So for me, this is my first year in Western Placer, first year at the school. So, when I worked in Roseville City, I got to work with some folks from Western Placer and just saw how happy they were in the district and had good relationships with them. So that was one of the things that motivated me to want to come over here and be a part of the district. So
Sure.
And for me, I went to an instructional coaching PLC at Placer County Office of Ed, and I met the sweetest teacher on special assignment here, and she mentioned to me 3 years ago that there was an instructional coaching position, like I was in already, opening up here, specializing in ELD. And so I came and I interviewed, and this is my 3rd year in the district, and I feel like natural progression in my career was to move this path. But,
Sure.
I was predominantly secondary level, and so I had the opportunity to work a lot with the teachers and students on the site, and wonderful things. So I was really excited when this position opened.
So for everybody that doesn't know, what is ELD?
ELD is English Language Development. So it's our EL students that come from other countries or out of the state and have never received instruction in English or have limited instruction in English and just need that additional support.
Gotcha. Well, that's awesome.
Yeah, I love it. And we have that need on this campus still, so I love
definitely.
it.
So I know a couple of things that we were chatting about offline is just kind of the caliber of kids that are here and they're excited about learning. Can you tell us about your students?
I think the biggest thing about our students is just how respectful they are, and when I got here, asking a student, hey, can you take off your hat? And it's not an argument or anything like that. It's always no problem, or I'm sorry. And, it's just something that you don't see every day, unfortunately, on every campus. So it's been really nice, and they're willing to, they just want to be here. And the energy of the kids is really enthusiastic, and I think what we're trying to do is build more activities for them so that we can involve them more in the school and in their say of their own school. So like one of the things we're doing is design a logo for hats and beanies and stuff, and we're letting the kids design it instead of the adults picking it, because a lot of times in schools adults kind of dictate what the kids get, and we want the kids to have kind of more say in their learning and their school. So that's one of the things we're kind of working on and building.
Well, that's great, because it encourages pride. It encourages, essentially you're giving them power of ownership. And I love that. I mean, what a better way to just increase morale and just keep them excited about everything that's going on here.
And we also started the year with doing a teacher survey, but also a student survey about kind of what they liked about the school, what they'd like to see change about the school. Do they go to activities? Do they not? Why? So we're really trying to target our school to be more representative of what they want and what they need. So
that is great. Can you tell us about some of the programs that you guys have here, sports and things like that?
Well, so we do have some athletics. Right now we are in basketball season for boys basketball, and then we start wrestling, I think, this week.
Yeah, I think it's coming this week.
So we wrapped up football season and girls volleyball. The kids have the opportunity to try out and play local teams in the community, as well as within the district, which they love. We actually have one coming up next week, which is, I guess for our site, it's kind of the whiteout game where they go against TBMS, which is the other middle school in our district.
Right.
And so the kids get really excited about that. On top of the sports, we also have some clubs that are teacher supported.
Yeah.
So we offer things like anime, and there's like a Beyblade club where the kids spin or something, and
they spin a little top and they battle each other in a little
and they
little
love
dome
it.
thing.
And then we have dance club that just started. Some of the kids want to pick up a gymnastics club, and so the kids bring their ideas to us, and then we help support find a supervisor if they don't have one. And so again, we're trying to foster that positive culture where our kids have a lot of say in what they would like to see happen in the campus, so they like to see available, and we really are trying to make that work. And the teachers are so open and willing and supportive, and I mean their hearts are really about kids, which is phenomenal. And the best part of it.
We had cross country too. Don't forget about cross country. I
think that's in spring.
No, that happened when
I was on maternity. I missed some of the sports.
You were attending a very important thing.
Exactly.
So, and we actually interviewed Sruti Vadgama last year with the Sugar Works, and she does the cake decorating and all that. So,
we have that too.
She loves that. And the kids, there's a high demand for that class.
We also have teachers that stay after school for interventions to help kids with their math. And we haven't started the English yet, but math, Miss Ransford stays 3 days a week and tutors kids. So we have a credentialed teacher that stays after and helps tutor our students as well.
That is so great. I know, just seeing the educational plan here in our district. I grew up in Sacramento and went to school out there, and so when I moved to here before my children started school, it was incredible just learning all the things. We'd go to like vendor fairs downtown and things like that, and there's the auto club from the high school, and they've built this incredible car, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys still have auto shop? That is crazy. All of these different programs that we take for granted. Well, I don't want to say we take them for granted, because I think most of us know that it's a rarity, especially after the economy crashing and things like that. So we really are truly just blessed in our district to have everything that we have, and great parents and stuff like that.
Without a doubt.
Yeah. Yep. So can you guys tell us about, there's a lot of physical changes going on here at the school, and I know when people are driving down, I think it's 3rd, right?
Yeah.
You can see the big structure being built, so tell us about that.
So we have the new building that's going to be coming in. I can't tell you exactly how many classrooms are going to be in it. I think roughly around 12, but our broadcast classroom will be in there. So we have a broadcast classroom that does our bulletins, and that's how we get out communication to everybody. It's awesome experience for the kids. Our art room will go over there as well. 4 of the science labs will go over there. And then I think what we're going to try to do as of right now is kind of make that kind of our elective / 8th grade building. So have the 8th graders kind of be over there, because the 6th graders already have their kind of own wing set, and the 7th graders. So the completion of that is scheduled for by probably the end of this school year. It should be done. That's what it's scheduled for. But, you know, with weather and construction, you never know.
Sure.
And then the second phase of that is we'll get a brand new gym, and they're going to redo the whole quad. There'll be an extension off this building for administration, and the current part that we're in now will be redone as well. And that will be phase 2, and I think that's scheduled to be done by the end of the following school year, all of that, and then it will completely be, it's going to be like a brand new campus. It's going to be amazing for the kids. And again, like we talk about how great our kids and staff are, they've been so like, you know, I need you to do this because of the, okay, it's fine. Like they see the finish line, and no one ever really pushes back about, you know, it's not easy being on a campus that's basically under construction, but it's going to be amazing when it's done, and it's going to be great for the kids and great for the teachers and great for the school, and everybody can see that and everyone works together to help kind of get through the, you know, they're not huge deals, but the little things that come up as we're going through the construction phase. It's been great. So.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Staff and kids have been very flexible, which is
absolutely
really nice. I mean, even when they start working on this building, people are going to be uprooted, and I mean, teachers are going to start to be uprooted in the transitions.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of questions, and we still can't answer all of them yet with the construction, just because we're
variables.
still learning about it. Yeah. But yeah, it'll be very exciting, because this used to be an elementary campus.
Yeah.
Which is why. Yeah, and so moving it to the true middle school campus, so our kids have that opportunity is great.
So I'm so glad you mentioned that. Why don't you tell everybody about the history going back to, I mean, this... I
don't know if I know all the history.
I'm still learning a lot about it. I mean,
I would love to answer that question.
Yeah.
All I know is that it was an elementary campus, and thanks to the measure, we were able to now reconstruct it, so there's opportunity.
Well, and I think it was like and again, I could be quoting it incorrectly too, but I think it was like the second school built in Lincoln, right? There's Carlin Coppin, and then Glen
Edwards. One of the originals, yes.
Yeah. And then it was like K through 8, I believe. And then, I don't know.
Yeah.
Again, I'm probably misquoting.
Well, you can even see it like in the size of our library. Our library is an elementary library.
Right.
So we don't really have the capacity for enough kids to get in there with their size. And so it's an exciting change for the campus for sure.
Definitely.
It's time. Well, that's good. I'm glad that you guys are getting the attention and the love that you guys deserve. That's awesome.
Thanks.
So I want to just take a break and open it up for questions. You guys know how we operate. We like to keep it interactive and just give you guys a chance to share feedback, comments, questions.
Lori says Mr. Van Court rocks. Ray
Thank
says
you.
great school, great staff, and then a lot
Ray's
of people
awesome.
sharing right now and watching.
Well, thank you guys very, very much. So, we love your interaction. We love your support, and just keep all your questions and comments going so that we can talk to you guys live and interact and all that good stuff. So it's good stuff.
Yeah.
So what kind of things you guys have coming up for the holidays?
Well, we have a winter dance coming
Do you?
around the corner. Yeah. Coming up. Yeah. The 18th. There you go.
Yeah.
And the leadership team class is doing a lot of work. It's the candy cane dance, and they apparently go all out with making snowflakes and decorations, and the gym is going to be completely turned around, or the Spirit Center rather. So it's like a winter wonderland when they walk in. So I know everybody's getting really excited.
Then they'll do a holiday gram too. I think for the kids, the leadership will do that, where you can send like different notes to kids, and I think it has a candy cane on it and things like that as well.
Oh, fun!
And then so that will be good.
Yeah. At this point, I think kids they're really excited for that, and they're also simultaneously counting down to a break.
Right. I know. Not that we didn't just get off a 2-week break, but parents are all.
I know.
And a smoke break in between.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And parents, this is a good time to tell parents. They'll be getting an all call today about us rescheduling parent conferences. Because we had to miss one of the days. We had them scheduled from 5 to 7, but because of we didn't have school that day. Yeah. So we're going to reschedule for next Thursday. Again, this is how awesome our teachers are. They're willing to stay and come in. and those are for teachers who got parents who got letters for their kids that are struggling. If they've already been to a conference, they don't need to go. But if they didn't have that opportunity, we know that parents work late at night. Have to work during the day and shouldn't have to take off work to be able to be involved in their child's education. So we think it's really imperative to have that 5 to 7 time slot. So we're going to reschedule that for parents.
Oh, good. Well, that's good stuff.
So how much do you want the parents, like how involved are parents in middle school compared to like elementary?
Well, I think it's that natural progression of sometimes parents, want their kids to kind of be a little bit more independent, but we welcome parents. We'd love to have as many parents who want to be here. We have our ELAC meeting tonight at 6 o'clock. That's for our Spanish speaking or English speaking parents. It doesn't matter, that are welcome to come to those meetings. It's open to the public, and we talk about different issues. So like tonight, Shanna will be there explaining the site plan to them, and then some other issues. We'll talk about safety. We talk about, our parking situation, and basically anything parents want to bring up. And then we have our apps meetings too, which is our basically our parent group, and I would love to see that group get bigger. The people that are doing it are amazing people and really involved, but we're open to have parents here on campus and be active participants in their children's education. The more the merrier. It takes a village. So
and Mia asked, how large is the student body?
I think we're about 846 right now. Eight close to 850. Yeah.
Wow.
That's a guess. Attendance fluctuates as 840s.
She also asked, is the library going into the new building?
Oh yeah, great. Thank you. Yes, the library will have a brand new library in the new building. Yes.
Oh, good. So what are you going to do with the space that you have right now for the old library? Will that just be repurposed, or?
A lot of those buildings are going to go out. Well, that's where the gym will be, so that will be taken out.
Oh, wow.
So a lot of those classrooms will be taken out, and then the gym will go in, and then they'll repave. We'll have all new blacktop.
Yeah.
Those portables will eventually be taken out as well, so because we'll have the capacity to serve our kids. So.
Oh, that's so exciting. How big is the footprint of the school?
I
mean, the property that it sits on, I should say.
I don't know like how many acres exactly it is, but
it's enough.
Yeah,
because you guys you have this great plan.
It's
going to happen.
It's pretty big. I mean, I couldn't give you a guess in acreage, but
that's okay.
With us in First Street, we basically take a whole block.
Yeah.
I mean, a whole 4 blocks.
Yeah, you do.
And you just have have that little church over here, but the majority of it is district property that takes. So that's kind of a great partnership too, that our kids sometimes will go back and mentor the elementary kids as well. Yeah. We set up a program with that as well. So
even this morning, our leadership volunteers went over to First Street to work with the kids, which was awesome for them.
And I love that because you guys have a drama club here. And my daughter's involved with drama at the high school, and so she was involved with coming over and helping to mentor the kids in the drama club here.
Yeah.
So it's very comprehensive. The entire district's really working together.
We do. We have tutors that, like Miss Ransford's tutoring class that I've talked about, and in the math department. I think Mr. Smith does as well. The tutors from the high school, they're trained. They come over and help work with the kids as well.
Yeah.
And so it's a great, anytime that the high school kids can be involved with our kids or we can be involved with elementary, it's a win-win for everybody because, it's helping them, figure out, how to work with each other and be mentors and, look forward to going up to the next grade and having an idea of what's the expectations are and what's coming up. So it's really nice.
Yeah, and you're allowing the upperclassmen to really establish themselves as leaders and grow that in them, which is so important.
And again, that doesn't happen in every district. Like, we're fortunate that we have that collaboration and
totally.
So
I completely agree.
Yeah.
So I know what I was going to ask. So my family, we used to live in rural Lincoln, so we automatically fed into 12 Bridges. So all my kids have gone through 12 Bridges. But now that we are in town, and they've remapped since then anyway. So I've got one more 5th grader now, and so she's looking at 12 Bridges versus gyms. I personally don't have any experience with gyms. So, I know they're both incredible schools. what would you say are the main differences if you do have parents kind of in the same situation that are kind of comparing and contrasting both schools?
I mean, that's a tough question.
I know.
Without saying something that's negative about one school or the other. And so basically all I would say is just you have the history. I mean, I'm sure they have a great staff. All I know is that we have an amazing staff. We have amazing kids. Like, I'd always advocate for them no matter who's asking.
Yeah.
I would say maybe just the big difference might be just the history of the two sites. Like you said, like this is one of the original schools and, you know, it's part of, you know, the Lincoln, the town, the original part, and 12 Bridges is a little bit newer. And so, I mean, to me, that would be the only difference. I think administration and staff and support staff and everybody is just all about the kids and want to serve the kids. And I don't really think you can make a wrong decision wherever you picked.
That's right. That's true. Well, and you guys fostered the GATE program into middle school, right? I mean, that continues on into middle school at the site?
We have
through
that
honors classes.
Through honors
honors,
classes,
yeah. That's great.
Yeah,
So.
the First Street has the GATE program, and so a majority of those kids do feed in here. So it is really beneficial for them to have that opportunity to continue that path.
Right.
Especially if they're going to continue into the high school where they do offer the AP courses as well.
Yeah.
Mia asks, what does GEMS shine in? What do you do really well, be in academically or elective wise?
Wow.
All these loaded questions.
I mean, how about everything? First off, I would say we shine in the fact that we're pro student. Like, our teachers really care about kids and they want to do what's best for kids. So I would say that our advanced classes are true advanced classes are advanced, and they're really high expectations. Outside of the classroom, I would say that our music program is excellent from what I've seen so far. Our athletics teams, I guess in the past we haven't been so successful, but you know, coming from schools where we've had to scramble to get even people walk-ons, we call them walk-ons to coach, we have such a dedicated staff. Most of our teams are filled with credentialed teachers, and that's a rarity. And so that really helps, you know, even if we're not, you know, maybe getting wins, sometimes we're still having teachers who are mentoring kids outside of the classroom, which just helps build relationships with the kids inside of the classroom, which essentially will get our kids hopefully to try harder and care more about school in the long run. So those are the things. Our art program's amazing. Gems TV is a highlight. That kids learn how to broadcast. Like, they can come.
Real broadcast.
I'll tell them they need to come interview you, and
Yes.
you can be on the other end of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is. There's a beginning and an advanced section for that, and the kids have an opportunity to go to live news stations. And
We have Project Lead the Way, which is
the
computer class, which is an engineering-based program that, you know, it's originally was led by Chevron, and so we just have a lot of dedicated adults on this campus that care about kids, and I think it shines in all aspects of kind of what we're doing. So
that is so awesome.
And opposite the enrichment opportunities we have, we're really working to build the intervention component to really support the kids that do need more support. And again, the teachers are so flexible and supportive and willing to target kids at their level and their needs. And moving kids in and out, it's a very flexible program too, kind of based on where they are. We don't want to keep kids in there where they're stuck for life. We want them to be able to build up and be enriched, but we really want to support them. So when they get to high school, it's going to be you're ninth grade and you need to be at ninth grade, and I think it's a great opportunity for our kiddos. Yeah,
we've really been working hard on getting kids to understand the importance of assessments, not just for, of course, like schools are judged on that, but they're also, it shows them what they can do, and if they just don't try on an assessment, then it doesn't give them an accurate, you know, idea of where they are. So we're really trying to get kids to try on assessments in class and then really celebrate those things. So we have a thing called Panther Pride once a month where teachers will nominate one student from their class, and then they'll come in, we have it tomorrow. They'll come into the staff room, and then there's certificates. They each get a certificate, a keychain. I read why the teacher nominated them, and we get kids in there that are like, "What am I in trouble?" No, you're not in trouble. You did something great.
Yeah.
And, I can't believe that teacher nominated me, and so it's been a really positive experience. So we're trying to build that positive culture as well with kids and recognize kids that may have struggled.
Yeah.
But we'll get them there. So
That's right.
yeah.
That's awesome.
So.
Do you have a school resource officer? If so, how often are they on campus?
So there's a school resource officer for the district, and he is pretty much Officer Kruger.
We know him.
Lincoln High School.
And he's at Lincoln High School. If we need him,
great.
he's available. But for the most part, he does not come to this campus. But we've reached out to him. We're working with him. We're doing a table talk with him and staff the last week of school, talking to him about like safety issues, having any staff members who want to go there, different scenarios. So we are working with him. But as far as like on campus dealing with kid issues every day, no, Officer Kruger isn't here, but he is a resource to us.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
I say, but lucky guy has our cell phone numbers and we have his. When we do need him.
But honestly,
so recite that for the audience.
Yeah.
No, I'm just
let me get my phone. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, luckily we don't need him on campus
Right.
regularly, but he is a great resource and a support.
And if we need to call him, we call him, and it's rare that we do. I mean, like I said, our kids are pretty well behaved and do a good job.
You know what? I have a quick question for you because I know a hot topic, like in my household, is social media and social media safety. My kids, I've taken we're abstaining right now because I just don't have time to monitor. Yeah. So none of my kids have cell phones or access. But so do you guys have resources for parents that maybe do go through issues with different social media?
So a couple of things that we do is like, one of the things is the beginning of the year I did an assembly with all the kids about all the school rules, and one of the things I talked to them about was social media, and just reminded them, like, you wouldn't air out your issue in this room in front of 200 kids, but you guys go on social media and you'll do it no problem. And not only can Lincoln see you, Roseville can see you, Antelope can see you, California can see you, and like trying to hit that home. And that's just a one-time conversation, but we talk to them all the time when they come up here. I talk to parents about, limiting it as much as they can. I personally didn't let my kids have any social media until they were in high school, and even then it was pretty limited because, my kids were like, "You don't trust me." No, it's other people I don't trust.
Right.
You can't control what people write about you or say about you, and but we're building in other things. We have an assembly that we're going to take 120 select kids to 2 weeks from now, next week.
The 12th and 13th.
The 12th and 13th, and they'll talk about social media in there. We have a guest speaker coming in March named Keith Hawkins. He'll talk about it as well. So we're always reinforcing it and talking about it and trying to explain to the kids that, the other thing that I talk to them about is, you might not think about it when you're 14 or 16 or 18, but it could be a life changer for you. It could keep you from getting a job. Yeah. It could keep you from getting into a college. So the conversations have happened, and we are trying to build supports in, but it's something that needs to continually being revisited all the time because, I mean, I'm glad I didn't grow up in that era, but it's just getting them to really see. It's like getting a teenager to see they're not invincible, like getting them to see the long term. It's really hard to do, but we do a lot of education with them and talk to them about it and work with them on it. So
yeah, that's wonderful. I love that. That's really good.
You said 120 students?
It's going to be
decide?
Well, it's going to be 240 total, and so
How do you
we
decide the
prioritize 7th and 8th grade students. Really, we would have prioritized 7th, but we felt there was a need with the kind of the issues we were seeing in the office regularly. We felt there was a need to really hit home with some of our 8th grade kiddos too, some of these concerns that might be coming up in their adolescent lives that they just need support with, including social media, heavier topics like vape pens, bullying, so being exposed to drug use, things like that. So after talking about it, we looked over students that are kind of students that we've been focusing on that have the needs, as well as some of our athletes on campus that could really be
kids
a
that never,
support.
yeah.
Kind of the quieter kids that might not get, they kind of just do their thing and slide through the day. Maybe they have things that they want to learn about and talk about. And our ultimate goal is for eventually all the kids to eventually go through this program down the road. But we felt there was kind of a need that we wanted to address it right now.
The point of the program is to get kids to see that like nobody has a perfect life. Like you may look like you come to school, oh, Mr. Van Court, you know, he has this car, he comes to school in a shirt and tie, he didn't have any problems. Like, so the point of the program is to share, you know, that everybody has issues that they're working on, and that we should have each other's backs and not judge each other and not talk about each other and maybe be more a little empathetic towards one another. That's kind of what this program is going to help build. And then and the thing I like about it is it's a lot of these things are like one time they come to your school and then it's done, and that doesn't really help. So in this program they're going to come back 4 or 5 times, check on the kids, run different groups, do different things, and so it'll be a continued thing that, because it's all about us becoming together as a community of, the kids need to be a community supporting each other. So.
That's right.
And that's the other great thing about this workshop is we have adults on site, that 20 adults on site that are going to be participating in this actively with the kids. And so the kids are going to see the adults in a different light, the adults are going to see the kids in a different light, and then everybody in the end is going to be able to have more relational capacity and more empathy for what people are going through on both sides. Because I think kids, like you said, like look at adults and go, well, they must have their everything together. Oh, I didn't realize that they also are grew up with a single house, like single mom in a family,
or both their parents died, or
and so it's very I can possibly relate to adults in the world,
and hopefully they'll see that and be like, oh yeah, you know, like personally for me, both my parents have passed away, so a kid might say, oh, Mr. Van Court, like both his parents, like he's someone I could go talk to, so that's like the point, is to build that net. So
that is great. I love that.
It'll be great. That's powerful.
Is this a program that just kind of got started, or?
This is a program through Sacramento called Point Break. I know that the high school has used it before, and other local schools. They usually do it 7th grade for middle school, and then they'll do it 9th or 10th grade at a high school level. But we're trying to make that something that we can, depending on the feedback too, because we want to get student feedback and teacher feedback. And I mean, we've classified staff going as well. And if it's something that people want to continue, then we see it having a lot of potential.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. It's really a very powerful program.
Yeah.
Well, that is great. I love that. Did you have a question? I'm sorry?
I do. Again, not to bring up a hot topic, but have you guys done anything as far as like school shooting drills, anything like that?
That's kind of what we're going to be doing with Officer Kruger, is talking about that. We just did a lockout, which is different than a lockdown. A lockout would be, let's say that the police are chasing somebody in the neighborhood, but they're not a threat to the school. They're not like trying to come to the school and hurt the kids, but just in case, we lock the school out. We don't let anybody in. We lock all the doors. But instruction goes on as normal. If kids need to go to the bathroom or something, they would call us. We'd escort them. There's no immediate danger. So we did do that drill just, this week, right? This week. And then we'll do a lockdown drill. We do fire drills. We will talk to, that's what kind of the table talk's going to be probably with Officer Kruger, is like if there is a situation with an intruder on campus, how do we handle it? What do we do? So yeah, we are addressing it, and we're talking about it, and we're dealing with it, and our classrooms are now equipped with bar doors that can be locked from a donation that was given to the school district. So yeah, we take it seriously. We're working on it, and we talk about it quite a bit. Like one of our back doors sometimes, it was left open once or twice, so that goes in my bulletin. Hey guys, we need to keep our campus safe. We need to make sure the doors are locked, and so safety is a huge issue for us, and we take it seriously.
Yeah, it sucks that we even have to talk about that, and that's even a point of contention. I know when we were kids, we had...
When I started 25 years ago, it was the last thing on my mind. So.
Yeah, we had the earthquake drills, where you get under your desk and stop, drop, and roll. And that's it. Yeah. So anyway, but that sounds like you guys are being extremely proactive, so I know parents can feel really good about that.
Yeah, absolutely.
We are. We're working on it.
I mean, parents, teachers alike, right? Because it's the same fear of being right. They never know. You never know.
Yeah.
But we'll do everything we can in our power.
Well, it's great, and I think that, you know, and not to bring up another hot topic, gosh, you guys had no, like, we're like going to come in today and we're going to talk about all this stuff. No, but even seeing, like, you know, with the campfire and the way that the school sprung into action, they knew exactly what to do to keep the kids safe. They got all the kids out. They didn't create panic and chaos, and they handled the kids, and then they notified the parents. And I know for some people, like, oh my goodness, I have to know. No, but the panic that would have created, and just it would have just caused this big old bottleneck. Like, you know, our kids are really in great hands. You know, we turn them over to the staff and the teachers, and you guys just do a good job taking care of our kids.
Well, thank you
for that.
Yeah, thank you.
I mean, teachers don't go into this profession because they don't like kids, right?
Right.
We care about them.
Hopefully not.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
So do we have any final questions, any final thoughts, anything you guys want to know?
I asked all the questions. Mia says it sounds like the program originates through Patrick, I don't know how to pronounce the last name, author of The Advantage. It sounds like his work, which is amazing. By the way, great read. So I'm assuming she's talking about the
Point Break.
like the Point Break program.
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't know if it originated with Patrick, whatever his name is, but it is a phenomenal program. Absolutely phenomenal.
So a couple things we just kind of skipped over, and I should have mentioned to you guys at the beginning. So our raffle from last week, do we have everybody tallied up, or are we going to just handle that on a...
We do. I wasn't sure because there was a few that pledged that they were shopping downtown. However, there was quite a few more that shared. So I wasn't sure how you wanted to tally that.
You know what? I'm going to go ahead and because it was a little convoluted, so we'll just throw everybody in. So we'll take care of that. So we'll do a quick little video after this, and so we'll go ahead and if you guys pledge to shop downtown and you guys shared the video, then you're entered, or even if you just shared the video and we can see that and you commented, shared. So you guys are all taken care of. So we'll do that in just a minute. But as far as today's interview, there is a gift card. Do you know what the value of that gift card was?
$25.
$25 from me, Poplito. I have a hard time with it, guys.
Better you than me.
People see Dela Cruz, they think I can say it. I can't say it. And my husband can't say it either. So.
It'll be great food.
So you guys share this video and comment shared. Let us know you shared it by noon tomorrow, and you'll be entered into that raffle as well. So I want to thank you guys so much for joining us today. You guys have been
thank you.
Awesome. These are like such fun people, you guys. I got to tell you.
You're very kind.
So we had a lot of fun, and just thank you guys very much for joining us.
Thank you.
So you guys have a great week, and we'll see you next week. Or we'll see you in about 20 minutes for the next raffle from last week. So anyway, we'll see you in a minute. Thank you.